Hi, everyone. We're going to get started in about 10 minutes, so if you could start working your way to your seats, that would be great. Thank you.
Ready? I would like to begin this event by acknowledging that today we are meeting on the traditional territory and treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nations. I also acknowledge that this is the traditional territory of the Erie, Neutral, Huron-Wendat, and Haudenosaunee peoples. Today, the city of Hamilton is home to many Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island, North America. Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie Sexton. I am the game day host for the Hamilton Ticats, and I am also honored to be your host today for this Grey Cup launch event. Yeah, let's clap, let's clap. I want to start by thanking everyone for being here today for the launch event. I would especially like to thank our friends here at the Art Gallery of Hamilton. This is such a beautiful venue. What an incredible place to showcase all of the exciting things that are going to be happening here in our city in just a few short months. As a born and raised and very proud Hamiltonian, it has been thrilling to watch the renaissance of this city. We are steel, but we are art, and we are food, and we are fashion, and we are music, and we get to showcase all of our incredible diversity on this amazing platform across Canada. Let's applaud for that. How great is that? So without further ado, our first speaker, representing the managing partners of the Hamilton Sports Group, Stelco, Scott Mitchell, and Jim Lawson, is our friend, the dynamic and brilliant Mr. Bob Young. Hi, Bob. You know we have some questions for you. I think you're going to take the podium. It's up to you. We can go back and forth with the microphone. Okay, I love this. Great. Well, we have some questions for you today, Bob. We're obviously so excited. This is very thrilling to have Grey Cup here. How do you feel about us having a Grey Cup here, a second Grey Cup in 2 years?
Well, the theory before this was that the CFL moved the Grey Cup around the country. But we did it so well in 21 that they're now doing it permanently in Hamilton. And with my friend Andrea here, we're going to do it so much better this year, as everyone's about to find out, that there's not a chance they'll ever play it anywhere else.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you, Bob. Without giving too much away from today's presentation, what are you personally most excited about for Grey Cup this year?
Well, I'm a proud Hamiltonian, a lot like yourself, and it's the opportunity to show off our city. I've never understood that term about the GTA because in my mind it's always been the GHA. And so the fact that we are the center of the province, arguably the center of the country, that's what makes me excited. We have the opportunity to show that off.
I love that. And I see a shirt. I see some branding there, the GHA, maybe? Something to think about. How do you feel that this Grey Cup will differ from Grey Cups of past?
Bigger and better, as you're about to find out. With the number of things we'll be talking about today, but more importantly, the number of things that are coming. Our partnership with the city and with the province allows us to do things that I think are going to be spectacular, and they're going to be a lot of fun. So very much looking forward to this.
I have to agree with you there. Last question for you, Bob. The CFL is full of traditions. You've attended many a Grey Cup. Do you have any traditions around the Grey Cup?
Well, other than I watch every Grey Cup diligently from wherever I am. The last one or second to last one in Hamilton, I was in somewhere in the States. I would have been upper New York State. And I watched the Snow Bowl in Hamilton.
Right.
Easily one of the most entertaining football games I had ever seen. And just so much color. And it was representing our city. And it just meant a lot to me personally, watching this with my kids at the time. And that's what this is all about. It's that opportunity to brag about our city and our community across the country, hell, around the world, that makes this a very special announcement. And it's going to be a big week in November.
Absolutely. And Bob, your passion for the city, it ignites all of us. And this is why you are the caretaker and why we all just appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your words today. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I can't move too quickly in this dress, but I like a theme, apparently. Next up, I am honored to introduce our second speaker today, the Commissioner of the CFL, Mr. Randy Ambrosi.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you this morning. There is so much to talk about, and they've only allocated me 35 minutes, so if I run a little bit over, you'll forgive me. It is it's very difficult to follow Bob Young. Bob, those were exceptional answers, and I think we all feel every day when we're with you and around this organization just how much love there is for this community and commitment to making this community better and stronger. So Bob, from all of us, thanks for your efforts and the efforts of your entire group. If you'll indulge me, I'd just like to take a few seconds and just talk a little bit about the Canadian Football League for a moment, and then I'll segue into a few thoughts on Grey Cup. To start, we're having a remarkable year, a remarkable season in the Canadian Football League. If you haven't been following, our broadcast ratings have been growing every week. This past week, our average rating was 637,000 Canadians watch CFL games. Put that into context. The most watched NCAA team in the U.S. is Ohio State. And on an average weekend, they get 5.7 million. You multiply 637 times 10, we'd be the equivalent of 6.37 million Canadians. We are a big deal, and Canadians love the Canadian Football League. Football fans around the world love the Canadian Football League, and we're seeing it happen. Attendance is up in our stadiums. Energy is up around the league. We started this year welcoming a new owner, Pierre Carl Palado, into our family. And you have to look at Bob Young and you say, this is what happens when you have great people. Great people attract great people. And we've never had a stronger ownership group in the history of the Canadian Football League. And I think we can say to Bob and his colleagues, thank you, because it is making us stronger. It's allowing us to look further into the future, and it's allowing us to plan for big things. And with that, we are talking about Grey Cup 2023 here in Hamilton, talking about big things. It is so exciting to have been part of and being able to listen to the plans that are going on around Hamilton's Grey Cup in 2023. We were here in 21, of course, and we had a bit of a muted affair because we were just coming out of COVID, and even then, this city embraced us and brought home one of the great Grey Cups of all time that ended in an overtime game. But now we get to truly showcase this great community. We get to showcase the people. We get to I'm the big fan of the food. We get to showcase all that makes Hamilton so special and makes this region so special. We get to say to CFL fans across Canada and around North America, come here and don't just come for a game. Come for the entire experience, and they're going to deliver so many different ways for CFL football fans and Hamiltonians and Ontarians and all people from all around the country to come and enjoy not just a football game, but a football community and a family that is the Canadian Football League. There are so many things planned. There are going to be so many opportunities. We're going to have an opportunity to invite and welcome CFL fans who are longtime Grey Cuppers to come back. We're going to welcome new Canadians to come and experience what it means to be at Grey Cup. Now, there is very few more Canadian moments in the life of a Canadian. Very few things are more Canadian than being at Grey Cup. Sitting next to a fan, sitting next to a neighbor, shoulder to shoulder. You might not like their team and they might not like yours, but in that moment, we're just Canadians and we're welcoming each other into this family. That's one of the great things and one of the reasons that makes Grey Cup so very special. And I'll close by saying a big thank you to Bob and to Scott and to Matt and the entire organizing group, to thank Mayor Horvath, and all that the City of Hamilton is doing, to thank Neil Lumsden and all that the province of Ontario are doing, to thank all of you for your love and support of our great league. We're going to do something special. They're going to do something special. It's going to be, as we say, it's going to be fun, fast, and entertaining. And I'll leave you with this last thought. If you want to know why I'm absolutely confident this is the place to be, this is an important place to be in November of 2023, even Santa Claus is going to come to Grey Cup. And you know you're a really big deal when Santa's coming to town. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Randy. I think I can speak for everyone here when I say there is a lot to look forward to in the weeks leading up to the game. An event like this is only possible with great support from the city hosting. Our next speaker and representing the City of Hamilton today is Mayor Andrea Horvath.
Well, thanks very much. I have to say I am thrilled to be here with you all today. And when I saw this, how awesome is that? Right? That is fantastic. So thanks for the swag. I have to say that. Thanks, Natalie, for the introduction and for the land acknowledgement. I very much appreciate it. I can knock that off my list of things to do, but it is extremely important, and I think we would all agree. So I will move on to saying that I really am grateful that you've invited me to this fantastic celebration today, and that once again we're hosting the Grey Cup here in the City of Hamilton. I was here when I think it was a helicopter that brought the cup into Hamilton last time around. If I'm not mistaken, we were on the waterfront, and there were very few of us because it was the end of COVID, as had been mentioned. But the excitement there was still fantastic because it's Hamiltonians, right? And we know how to get excited about fantastic events in our city. And the 2023 Grey Cup Festival is going to be amazing here in Hamilton. Can I just say, I don't know who designed the logo, but I love the hammer there. I love the hammer with the football on it. I think it's really kind of cool. And so congratulations on a really neat logo. I'm really happy to be here with Minister Lumsden. He and I go way back when it comes to sporting activities in Hamilton. And so, of course, he has, some more personal experience in sports in Hamilton, but that's it's really great to see you here, Minister, and I'm really happy to be here with you. I have been myself a Ticats fan for my entire life, like I have been a Hamiltonian and a Hamilton fan all my life. And I like to mention that when I was just a kid, my mom and my grandma had seasons tickets. My dad wasn't a football guy, but my mom and my grandma were absolute football fans, and so I would come to the games sometimes with them. And as a kid, I also worked in the concessions filling up pop. Before there was beer, there was pop, and so I did that job. So my relationship with the team and with the Tiger Cats and the soul that they bring to our city has been long-standing, and so I'm beyond thrilled to be here. I'm beyond thrilled that our city has been chosen to play host not only to the championship game, but to a number of other amazing events that are going to be talked about today. 2023 is the 110th. It will mark the 110th Grey Cup Championship, and this scarf will go along with my 100th championship game scarf that I have, which was played in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but I think it was in Toronto. Yes, absolutely. Some of you were there. Who was there? That was a fun game. But anyways, nonetheless, it's the 12th time in the history that the cup has been that the game has been played here in Hamilton, the championship, and I'm proud of that. I have to say, when I ran to be the mayor of the city of Hamilton, it was only because I wanted to be the mayor of Hamilton when the Grey Cup was being played for a second time here in a couple of years. But as we know, and as Randy mentioned, this is one of Canada's largest sporting events, and it is considered by Canadians from coast to coast to coast to be one of the most important sporting events of the year. I can't wait to welcome football fans from around the country, and I have to say, as I attend the games at the stadium over the last number of weeks, people are approaching me from Edmonton, from other communities. We're wanted to say we're coming to the championship game. We're going to be here for the festivities. Can't wait to get engaged in the fun that we're all going to have together. So from the awesome Tim Hortons Stadium, which I understand is getting a little bit of a facelift in advance of the festival, to the restaurants, the shops, the breathtaking natural areas that we have, the trails and other pieces, the world-class restaurants, of course, museums, galleries. Our community has so much to offer. And as has been mentioned, the opportunity to show that off to people from around the country and further is something that we're very excited to do. I can't wait to join the fans from around these here parts, from the region, as well from around the country. And I'm pretty sure they're all going to be here cheering on the Tiger Cats for the championship game. Okay, I said, come on. Oski wee wee, guys, Oski wee wee. Right? Oski wee wee. Before I wrap up, I want to take a moment to acknowledge Matt Afnick, Scott Mitchell, of course, our wonderful caretaker, Mr. Young, who is here with us today, and I'm really honored that you took the time out to be here. The Hamilton Sports Partnership Group as well, everyone that's involved. I am, as mayor, extremely excited, extremely grateful, and I know that all of you have been very instrumental in the planning and the organizing of what I'm sure is going to be a fantastic Hamilton Festival, a wonderful, fun game, and a series of events that truly will showcase our city and our region. So thanks very much. And from this moment on, well, maybe after the last speaker leaves this podium, the countdown to the 110th Grey Cup will be on. Thank you all.
Thank you for your incredible words, Mayor Horvath. Our next speaker has some deep ties to the CFL community. Today, I have the privilege to introduce to you the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport, Mr. Neil Lumsden.
Mayor, how to fire us up. Don't be looking down. You're getting this group going here. That's what it's all about. Mr. Young, Commissioner, Mayor, Mayor Diodati, you can put your phone down now. I'm not be allowed to be taped. It's against my rules. Matt, Scott, the Tiger Cat group of professionals, everyone here today. It's a pleasure to stand up here. And I was listening to the commissioner speak, as we all were, and some of the things as I got some points to hit ring home to me. And then listening to Mayor Horvath, the word that comes to mind is experience for me. I've had some wonderful luck in my life on a lot of fronts, and part of it's because of football. Actually, a large part of it's because of football. And when we talk about the 110th Grey Cup, I immediately start to think back what Grey Cup meant to me as a kid, and then as a university student, and as a pro. And it was funny, I never thought about the Grey Cup in the early part of my career, for whatever reason, because I think it was about the culture of where I was. And when we talk about our ministry, tourism, culture, and sport, I was talking about this a little bit earlier, there's culture in sport, there's culture in tourism, and there's culture in culture. And those that are successful have a wonderful culture within their organization or in their group of people, whether it's a city, whether it's a football organization, whether it's a league. And my good fortune of culture started in high school, went into college and pro. And I had the experiences that I felt that allowed me to grow. So every time we talk about the Canadian Football League and the Grey Cup, I get excited, I get a little sappy, honestly, because of it's always about the people that you're around, no matter what you do. And I had just been so lucky. So when we talk about the 110th, and we talk about the Canadian Football League and its partners and sponsors, the organizers, Tiger Town Council, I think there's a few of them in here today, I think of the experience for us that you are creating here in Hamilton for the Grey Cup. It is, I'm so proud to be in Hamilton. When I was here, or when I was here as a player, but it was only 1 year, but more as the general manager and director of business ops, we loved to get people to come and play in Hamilton because they hated to come. And we didn't like them when they got here, and we liked them even more when they left because we wanted to, you know. So when we talk about what Hamilton represents, there is that experience on the field, but then there's that experience that becomes regional for the Grey Cup. 2 years ago, I went to Spirit of Edmonton. Have to go to Spirit of Edmonton, Tiger Town. There's, you know, Saskatchewan's got a room, and it's usually a ballroom that's got thousands of people, and it starts Thursday, Friday, and I believe Saturday nights. And I walked in to the bar down far from here, and there's maybe 300 people, and they were from everywhere. I mean, CFL fans travel better than anybody in any league anywhere. It's incredible. And even during that time, they were so passionate, especially later in the evening when their passion started to come out. And, but you know, that's what makes it special, because I think, as the commish said, you'd be standing shoulder to shoulder. I mean, I had people come up to me and say, God, we hated you in Edmonton. And I would say, my normal response is, well, thank you very much. That was good. And then they say, but went on to everything else that's great about our game. And being in Hamilton, the Grey Cup in Hamilton, what a great job the city had done. And now it's going to be even better because the reach is going to be bigger. And we're going to include more people. And the experience is going to be widespread. And that's what it's about. You get people to experience something special, they will come back and come back and come back. And they will follow you on TV, and they'll come to the stadium, no matter who they're cheering for, because you've given them that experience. And that's really what the Grey Cup has meant to me, a culmination of multiple experiences through my life. It brings me here today to celebrate what's going to happen in November at the 110th Grey Cup. And I feel so lucky to be able to stand in front of you and talk about it. As I said earlier, when I think about what my life has been and continues to be, and how football, through my family as well, and a son who played here, and the passion we had for him and the organization, and it could be him calling right now. Said, Dad, you mentioned my name again? But it runs so deep, and I hope you can feel my excitement of what Hamilton has to offer. We have a wonderful mayor who understands that. The mayor of Niagara Falls, Mr. Diodati, is going to taste some of it, and you'll want more when you do, because our fans are so widespread and so many things. You know, as I said, the thousands and thousands of people that will travel to Hamilton in our region for this game is staggering. So I'm so thrilled to be a part of it in a different role, but thank you for allowing me to be part of today. Mr. Young, I've been a fan for a long time, and I wish nothing more than to someday see your name on this cup that says owner, Bob Young. All right? And I'd like to just take a second to bring up my friend Mayor Diodati of Niagara to come up and say a couple of words. Would you just like to say hello, sir, since we're gonna be seeing a little bit of you?
Thank you, Minister, and I want to thank Mayor Horvath for allowing me into the town. I appreciate that. I had to pay a toll and promised to leave right after. Kidding. Also, I want to share a couple things. Note to organizers, when you sit with all football people in the front row, spread the chairs out a little bit. I got these big shoulders here. I couldn't even breathe. Thank you for letting me get up and breathe, Minister. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I'm thrilled that we're going to play a small part in this year's Grey Cup celebrations, and I know there's more information to come. But Niagara Falls, I think of it this way. The meat and the potatoes are still going to be here in the Hammer. And for us living in Niagara, you're our big city. You're our Toronto. You know, this is where we go to get to the big town. And we're thrilled to play a small part. So the meat and potatoes will still be here. The dessert table is going to be in Niagara Falls. And think of where 90% of Canada's ice wine is produced is in Niagara, and we're going to have lots of that, and we're going to be part of the festivities. I'm going to save that for all the people in charge. They're going to say the specifics, but I do want to say I too was at the 100th Grey Cup. I've got the 100th Grey Cup football in my office, which I proudly display. I enjoyed that game at the Rogers Centre. And also, I have to tell you, one of my city councillors, Mike Strange, a 3-time Olympic boxer, has got an RV completely decked out in the Ticat colors. I mean, you got to see this thing. It's parked on his residential street, and there's a couple of Argo fans there that don't like that he does that, and they're trying to change the bylaw, but we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. So I just want to say I'm proud to be a part of what's going to happen. And again, I don't want to give away the details, but we're going to play a small part in the idea is to regionalize the event, to make it bigger. And the way I look at it, it's like the buffet of fun and excitement. We're just going to add one more offering on the buffet, one more reason to come, one more reason to stay a little bit longer, and something that's going to draw the rest of the country. And when you bring in the #1 leisure destination in the country with the top city, the GHA, as Mr. Young says, I think we're going to have magic happening right here. And I can't wait for this year's Grey Cup. So thank you very much, Minister. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your very inspiring words, Minister. And Mayor Diodati, we share well in Hamilton. We play well with others, so we're excited to give you a little bit of fun as well. Our next speaker, who will kick off many of the great elements that will be taking place as part of the Grey Cup Festival, President and Chief Operating Officer for the Hamilton Sports Group, please welcome Mr. Matt Afnick.
Thank you, Natalie. Looking out, I don't see enough black and gold. So if you haven't figured it out, those scarves on your chair are for you to take home, and I'm going to insist that you put them on right now. Let's get in the Grey Cup spirit. It may be August, it might be humid, but I ask you to put those scarves on. Thank you, and everyone, welcome to the Art Gallery of Hamilton, the perfect geographic and symbolic location for us to launch our plans for the 2023 Grey Cup Festival. We're here on August 15th, and if you didn't know, it's exactly 90 days before the competing teams descend on our great city. They will arrive on the Monday and play the 110th Grey Cup 6 days later, 96 days from now. I'd like to thank our distinguished guests representing our 3 largest partners in delivering this prestigious event: Commissioner Ambrosi in the CFL, Mayor Horwath in the City of Hamilton, and Minister Lumsden representing the province of Ontario. Your support will make this ambitious, built-in-the-hammer Grey Cup Festival a smashing success. A round of applause for our 3 largest partners, please. The Ticats are privileged to have an unrivaled support system, and that begins with our Tigertown Council, our season seat holders, and our corporate partners, all of whom are represented in this room today. As Bob would say, we're lost in admiration and very appreciative of all that you do. And thank you for always being here and always showing up and always having our back. And we know that will be the case as November approaches as well. So I have the distinct pleasure of laying out what we have up our sleeve for the Grey Cup Festival, but I will buffer that by saying this is but the beginning. We're 90 days away, and you can look forward to a series of announcements to follow, but today is a very big day. So, Mayor, we're glad to hear you like the brand. That's awesome news. So, built in the hammer, well, what does that mean? Well, to us, it means bringing together the best parts of the modern fabric of Hamilton to celebrate together around a common bond: loving sport and football, loving our community, and loving our country. It means music, it means football, it means arts, it means culture, it's food. It means the best of our community traditions and people coming together, but doing so on a Grey Cup scale, whether you're from Ancaster or Abbotsford. We're going to start talking about the venues and events that will form the backbone of our Grey Cup Festival here in Hamilton. You know, if you actually think about Grey Cup, you think about downtown Hamilton, and for those that have participated, the best parts of any Grey Cup are the ability to walk, right? And to be able to have a walkable festival footprint. And our downtown core is, in my opinion, quite biased, that the best there is. So it's a very walkable footprint amongst all of the venues. All of the core city venues in downtown Hamilton will be used for Grey Cup festivities throughout the week. The highlight of our festival will be what we're calling Fan Central. It's a collection of events centered around the vibrant James Street North territory, which will be closed from York Street to Barton Thursday through Saturday evening. Free of charge for all fans to enjoy and programmed with the expertise and fine touch of Tim Podisick and his team at Supercrawl, which for those that don't know is Hamilton's iconic music, arts, and cultural festival. The street will come alive with live music, from local and national talent, performances from CFL cheer teams on the main stage, interactive events, entertainment, food, football, the Hamilton Christmas Market. So not just Santa, Randy, we got the Christmas Market and Santa. Sponsor giveaways and events Thursday evening through Saturday. As we all know, the existing infrastructure on James Street is spectacular. Some of our city's best restaurants, bars, places to go. James Street North is always alive. It will be even more alive at Grey Cup. Another highlight of our Fan Central plan is the use and activation of the John W. Foote Armory, which for us locals know is located at Mulberry and James. And it is being provided in partnership with the Canadian Armed Forces, who I know are represented in the room today, and their goodwill to make this venue available will be one of the truly unique parts of Grey Cup weekend. It is a spectacular space. If you've never been in it, 31,000 square feet of exhibit space. So what's going to happen in there? Many things. The biggest of which we think is the construction of what we're calling Mini Tim Hortons Field. It will be a 35-yard turf field, football field, that in partnership with Football Ontario will activate flag football, touch football for youth in our community and throughout the region through the entire week in a competitive manner that will give away trophies daily. All of the other traditions that fans have come to love, from team parties to alumni functions, and I see Leo Esrins is in the room today representing the Alumni Association. Their great luncheon will be Friday at Luyuna Station. So I'll spare reading you event by event details, but everything you know and love about a Grey Cup, team parties, alumni functions, cheer extravaganza, which will be at First Ontario Concert Hall, will all happen in this walkable festival footprint. The question I think on most of your minds is, well, what's up with the Ticats? Well, I'm pleased and proud to stand here today and tell you that we'll be hosting our iconic Tiger Town event and events at First Ontario Centre Friday and Saturday evening as part of a much larger concert series that will be activated within the arena. And we'll have further details about what that looks like over the course of the next coming weeks, including who those artists are, but stand by. We've got more news to tell in there, but the Tiger Cats will be at First Ontario Centre all weekend. So with that, let's just take a quick look about the festival layout and video format. The next kind of key theme we want to talk about our Built in the Hammer plan really lives in what we call community engagement interaction. And I think in our planning, we had not seen a Grey Cup that worked to integrate the local community in the manner I'm proud to stand up here today and take you through in terms of how this is going to come together. Listen, the Hammer is a special place full of special people doing special things to support our community 365 days a year, and that has nothing to do with the CFL or the Ticats. It was important for us for our team to find unique and authentic ways to welcome these groups, the people and the communities they serve, and the expertise that they possess into the Grey Cup Festival experience for the benefit of CFL fans and the community at large. So we embarked on a collaborative effort to partner with these groups going back many years so they could conceive and deliver Grey Cup-inspired versions of their unique programming for our community and out-of-market CFL fans to enjoy all week. These partnerships include the Grey Cup Festival Hamilton Santa Claus Parade, which is going to be presented by our partners at WeatherTech. I know Joe and Tony are in the room. Thank you for your support. So this annual Hamilton tradition, spectacular, my kids love it, is being moved to Grey Cup weekend. So Randy spilled the beans, but we do have Santa Claus coming to Grey Cup, and we're thrilled to work with Doug and his team at the Santa Claus Parade to deliver this Saturday morning. The footprint for the parade, you can find all this on greycupfestival.ca, but we'll surround the James Street Fan Central corridor. The community race to the Cup presented by First Ontario Credit Union. Joanne, I know you're in the room. Thank you for your support. This is inspired by one of Hamilton's most famous sporting events, the Around the Bay Road Race, and it's being organized by Anna Lewis and her group. The community race to the Cup will see more than 2,000 local Hamilton students race starting at Gage Park, around the community, and down to Tim Hortons Field on Thursday afternoon, and they'll culminate that experience with the Grey Cup on Thursday. We have a great working relationship with the Tiger Cats, with the Hamilton Wentworth and Hamilton Wentworth Catholic District School Boards. And in working with them, they gave us the great news that they're making Friday the 17th of November a PA day for all schools in Hamilton, which will make it amazing for kids to come down and families to come down and enjoy the Grey Cup festivities and all the events that we have coming down. The YWCA Rise and Shine Young Trailblazers Breakfast is something we're delivering in partnership with both school boards and with the YWCA that will see us welcome hundreds of young women for a morning of empowerment engagement centered around women in sport Thursday at Leuna Station. No such event of this nature has occurred at a Grey Cup, and we're proud of our partnership with YWCA on everything, but especially proud we're able to work together to deliver this event for kids on Thursday. Sport Hamilton Breakfast of Champions. Sport Hamilton will recognize the outstanding athletic accomplishments of youth and coaching in our community. That is presented by Stelco, and that will happen Thursday at the Hamilton Convention Center. As previously mentioned, we have a great relationship with Tim and the team over at Supercrawl, so we're happy to put all of the outdoor programming, all the music, food, art, festival stuff in their very capable hands, and we know what they will deliver. So Tim, thank you for your engagement and involvement. And while we've talked a lot about local partnerships and local connections, we're proud today also to announce a national one, and Mark Harrison is in the room today from Sponsorship X. Sponsorship X, for those that don't know, is the leading industry conference and event of sponsorship professionals from not just across Canada but around the world. And Mark is embedding his Sponsorship X Academy within the Grey Cup Festival, so we will see the best of the best in the sponsorship business descend on Hamilton for Saturday to have a behind-the-scenes kind of conference inside Tim Hortons Field in advance of the game, and those attendees will get to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff from halftime rehearsals to broadcast to all the things the insiders need to see. So Mark could have chosen to put his event anywhere. It's been at the Olympics, it's been at World Ski and Snowboard, it's been at the NFL Draft. He chose to put it here at the Grey Cup, and he chose to put it here in Hamilton. So thank you, Mark, and we look forward to hosting you in November. So the community is a huge, important part of what we're trying to pull off, and let's show you a little bit more about that. Awesome stuff. So I want to thank Minister Lumsden again for being here today and his office's tremendous support and partnership to deliver our ambitious plan here in Hamilton. And the province has been by our side from day one of going through the process to bid on this event. So thank you for that. And now with today's news of an extension regionally down to Niagara, we appreciate your support even more. Hosting a Grey Cup is about driving tourism and economic activity in the host city, region, and province. And with this government's support, we know we will do that at an unprecedented scale in 2023. It's about making the event bigger, drawing more people to Hamilton, drawing more people to the region, and your support is making that possible. I want to acknowledge Mayor Diodati for being here today as well. So I'm honored and privileged to announce elements of our partnership with the province relative to the regional, to announce that we'll be providing a complimentary shuttle bus service from Niagara Falls to Hamilton for the entirety of Grey Cup weekend, including game day. So for those out-of-town visitors that are staying in the Falls, they will have a safe, free, and convenient way to get back and forth, not miss a single thing going on here in Hamilton, experience all these great events that we've talked to you about today. We want to thank you for your support to make that happen and make sure that people have an efficient, effective way to stay in this region and participate in Grey Cup and get back to Hamilton in an efficient way. Fallsview Casino has world-class event and hospitality facilities, and access to these facilities has created an unprecedented opportunity for us as the organizing group and our partners, obviously, at the Canadian Football League, to reimagine the CFL Awards and deliver an unmatched evening of entertainment. The Canadian Football League's most coveted hardware, apart from obviously this trophy itself, which will be given out at Tim Hortons Field on Sunday, will be handed out Thursday, November 16th at Fallsview Casino in Niagara Falls. The awards show itself will take place in the intimate Avalon Theatre and feature enhanced entertainment and hospitality as the CFL's best players and personalities are celebrated. Following the show, CFL Awards guests will join other fans and be welcomed to the state-of-the-art OLG Stage Theatre for a live concert event. For those that have not been to OLG Stage, it is a remarkable jewel of our regional community with 5,000 seats, and it will be programmed with a full-capacity concert as the after-event of the Player Awards. Details on our Player Awards access, post-awards concert at OLG Stage, including how you get tickets, and who will be playing at the concert, will be announced in the coming weeks. Let's have a look at what we have to look forward to in Niagara Falls.
2 million liters of power creates electricity. Electricity creates. Fallsview Casino.
So now it's game day. Sunday, November 19th, back here in Hamilton, the Stipley neighborhood in glorious East Hamilton, Tim Hortons Field. As all of us fortunate enough to attend Ticat games know, the magic of the parties on the lawns, in the parking lots surrounding the stadium. But for Grey Cup, roads will be closed for blocks surrounding Tim Hortons Field, allowing for a Grey Cup-sized celebration. The neighborhood block party will deliver food, music, and other entertainment on the streets that you will never see at a Ticat game. Live music will echo through our community starting in the early afternoon hours from the massive pregame outdoor tailgates in the South Plaza and other musical stages erected around the facility. Our Tigertown Council will be hosting an amazing tailgate party across the street at the Bernie Morelli Center, amongst other indoor tailgate activities that will be announced in the future. When it's time for kickoff, fans, and you can see the renderings, these were released of the stadium modifications back in July. But when it's time for kickoff, fans can look forward to an unprecedented experience in a venue that prides itself on its experience, but this time at a Grey Cup scale. So in closing, today marks an important day for the 2023 Grey Cup Festival. Months and years of planning, months and years of discussions culminating in what we are proud to bring to this community here in the city and on a regional basis. But we're just getting started. We're 90 days away, and you as fans can look forward to a series of announcements that builds in more detail on everything you've seen here today. And we're very, very excited for what's to come. The game itself has been supported tremendously well. There are limited seats left, so we encourage those who haven't got them to get them now. Fans can look forward, as I said, to more information on the musical lineups and other details for James Street in the coming weeks. In closing, thank you for being here. Thank you to all our dignitaries. Thanks to everyone in the room. And I want to leave you with a video that will give you a good snapshot of what you can look forward to, be excited about for the 2023 Grey Cup Festival in Hamilton. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. How electric is this city going to be? This is so exciting. Another round of applause. A reminder for everybody to follow along the Grey Cup Festival social channels. I am honored to be your digital host this season too, so I'm going to take you behind the scenes on all of the really cool things that will be happening in the city. I'm so excited for that. And on behalf of the entire Grey Cup Festival team, I would like to thank everyone for attending today's announcement. This is just the kickoff. There is so much more to come. And if you have any follow-up questions for today's speakers, they will be available informally. Now, let's let the countdown begin.
you